What's going on, everybody? Wanted to do a video that I see a lot of people talking about or asking me about, which is, people getting into like these emotional slumps or these periods where they feel like they're just stuck or they just have no energy, no motivation, no hustle, no drive. And they're just kind of like, what do I do about that? How do I overcome that? And it's crazy because obviously because I put out this type of content and people see the type of person I am, they just think I'm always on go mode. And the fact is that, I'm not always motivated. And in fact, I just got back from my trip in Indiana on Tuesday, and the whole next day, which was yesterday, I didn't really feel like doing anything. I was just sluggish, sleeping, didn't have much energy. And I think if we're not careful, we can end up like that a lot. And a lot of people just, they take that feeling, and instead of it lasting 1 or 2 days, it lasts years, decades, months, weeks, whatever it is. And I think the key is that we have to figure out how to take ourselves out of those slumps as soon as possible. It's okay to have them, it's natural, but I think we have to figure out ways to take ourselves out of those slumps and to give ourselves that drive, that motivation, and that energy that we either had before, that we've been longing to have. And for me, what I would suggest is to find ways that pump you up. For me, that's reading a book. I gotta read a book that's about something, that's about money or entrepreneurship or growing a business or thinking big. Or I need to watch a video. I need to watch like a Gary Vee or a Ty Lopez or some motivational piece of content that'll get me energized and thinking, or a movie. And so when you start to feel yourself like that, you can't let the whole day go by. You have to say, okay, what type of content can I watch? So if you don't feel like putting out a YouTube video, watch some content on growing your YouTube channel, and that'll probably give you some motivation to get that going. Or you need to, if you don't feel like going to the gym, look at some content of people crushing it. And I think, when you do that and you find out what works for you, that's how you can start to kill it. And that's how you can start to get out of these slumps. What the problem is that I see with a lot of people is they just get in these slumps and they don't do anything about it. They just start to feel sorry for themselves. They start to feel depressed. And they just end up not doing anything, man. When you start to feel like that, you got to get yourself out of that as quick as possible and try to make that feeling as short as it can be. So find out what works for you. Is it sorry, I had a message come through, but is it videos? Is it books? Maybe it's going out, maybe it's getting in your pool, maybe it's going to play basketball. Who knows, what that is for you. But I think, it's important to be self-aware of what gets us going, what motivates us. Is it being around other people? Is it, hanging with your friends? Is it going to have a drink at the bar? Is it going out to eat? Like, what is it that'll give you that drive and that energy? And once you start to find yourself losing that inspiration, losing that drive, losing that energy, you got to go out and do those things and try to get your energy back, get that motivation back. Because at one point we had it, right? We're inspired to do what we want to do, and life happens, time goes on, you're not getting the results you want, or it seems like it's taking too long, or whatever reason, you get kind of off track. And so it's how do you get yourself back on track? And the key, I think, is to one, do it fast, and then another is to be self-aware of what works for you. Like I said, for me, it's books. If I start reading and it's a good book and it's, giving me some good knowledge, that's going to give me motivation to start to go out and do those things and give me that drive that's like, okay, we're doing something, we're getting somewhere, we're doing something in our life that is going to push us to have an above average life. Or I need to watch some Gary Vee, and he talk about patience, gratitude, effort, hustle. I need to watch some Ty Lopez, something like that gets my mind thinking and clicking and saying, okay, I'm on the right path, or hey, I'm not on the right path and this is where my mind should be. So just going back to my high school reunion, I noticed a lot of people that get stuck, and unfortunately they just stay stuck. So I hope this can kind of be a video that people can watch and go back to and kind of just say, I'm feeling stuck. What do I do? I don't think it's a one size fits all for everybody, but I think just being self-aware, finding out what works for you, finding out what gives you energy, what gives you drive, motivation, and then as soon as you feel that, you gotta go do it. You're with your friends and going downtown is gonna give you energy, you gotta go downtown. If you're by yourself and you know that, hey, getting around other people is gonna help me, you gotta get around other people. If you know that getting in the pool will, kind of reset your body like Klay Thompson, you gotta do it. So figure out what works for you. And as soon as you start to feel yourself going in a slump, don't let weeks go by. Maybe a day, but you got to get out of it. So let me know if you figured out something that works for you to get you out of a slump, or let me know if you have any questions. But if you found something that works for you that you want to share that maybe will work for someone else, drop a comment below and let's just help each other out to stay motivated, focused, and shameless plug, to stay undeterred.